An early start, an early start to a stream. We have a good video. The video is about an hour looking at my research. How are you all doing? Like my little thanks, mom. My mom gave me that a long time ago. I hang it outside. I put a candle in it, and that's my yard. Just a candle and one statue. And that way I can concentrate. Every time something comes into this world, the physical world, it's always through the light. Did you know that? That is a fact. That is a fact. A lot of people, depending on things that occur to them in their lives, and that sometimes that's why they choose to do a certain line of work and stuff like that. And my studies in the field of ufology have been very fruitful, and I've been able to see a lot of things. Sabby, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Darla, take it easy today. Yeah, everyone is sick. Lots of things going on. The sun is storming right now. A lot of people for years have been saying it's going to be the end of the world. No, it'll never be the end of the world. That's the worst of it. We're going to have to endure what's coming. Quick sun update too at the same time. Lots of good stuff. If you're new to the channel, when you come in here, you'll get up-to-date news about what's going on in ufology. Ufology, the UFO news that we like listening to online. Sabby, I want to thank you for the contributions on Rumble. Like me, I saw your message exploring Rumble, and I saw 5, and then I saw another message, and they came in as a rant, RANT. So I didn't know even what that was, and it appeared in a box in the bottom. So to confirm that I did see that, I wasn't able to say thank you to you, Sabby. And this was like last stream, I think, and I thank you very much. Granny McGee in the house. Hello. Always looking for new people that, and listen, I know a lot of you come here and say, no, I'm not new. I just don't always have time to come by streams. But if some of you are new, this is the video to decide whether Bruce is full of crap or not. Like, I'm hoping people are going to look and say, well, Bruce, it's a bit far-fetched. And again, I hope to hear from everyone, all of your opinions on it, on the research, because I think it really should go out. We all know that research is not going to come out if the professionals that are bringing out stuff, even David Grush and all that, even Bob Lazar's story was hushed and everything. It's always been. I'm not superior to anyone. I am an amateur. Okay, to be clear, never hid that I am an amateur. But I think that that's even more insulting to the government. The fact that I'm not a professional ufologist, or that I do not have any governmental documents or papers. And I want that to be clear, because when new people come to the channel and they say ufologist Bruce Swartz, hang on, I'm gonna go type in ufologist Bruce Swartz. Nope, no governmental ufologist Bruce Swartz, no government, no ufologist Bruce Swartz in Canada. Nope, I'm not with any association. I work for one government, but it's not the government from this earth. It's someone upstairs. And most of the people that have encounters, or that are light workers, or that understand that they're light workers, because most light workers do not know they're light workers. And like clockwork, everyone that's born into this physical world has a certain deed to do, I believe, but that we don't know what that is. And if it comes through your heart, really, that you know what to do and that you do the right thing, maybe in some way, some of us are chosen, not as the chosen one. There was only one chosen one, Jesus. And listen, I call him Jesus because a lot of you call him Jesus. Names in the Bible. Some people will come here, they are religious, and say Bruce, Jesus in the Bible doesn't mean it's his real name. I get it. I totally agree with you. I'm not mad at any theories about anyone, or no matter what you think about everything. Stephanie Black is here. Thank you very much. Merci, Stephanie. Hey, tu as du faire du camping? Excuse-moi, t'avais coupé la parole, Alex, l'autre jour aussi en même temps. J'avais pas fini, mais on va s'en prendre. Hauser, good evening. Bruce sees all is here. Thank you very much. Darla, take it easy. Like I said, listen, we have a video, an interesting video at the same time. We'll be bouncing around. Al Ciriello asked me a good question. Bruce, were you zoomed in with that UFO? So now I mention it sometimes, but I think it's very important for me to mention that when you see a UFO that's really close up, it's not because I'm zoomed up. I'm always zoomed out because my infrared camera has a small focal length. So if I'm looking at the Big Dipper, you know how many stars the Big Dipper has, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven that you can see, okay? Or five, seven, six, seven. When you look at that, if I'm filming the Big Dipper, I'll be able to see one star, maybe a part of the other one. To give you an idea of how wide the screen is. So when I'm looking at the trees low in the sky, it really is that one tree I'm looking at. I'm not looking at a forest of trees. I'm looking at that one tree. But I'm going to explain size and closeness in the video, because if you haven't seen the last video, thanks to those of you that have checked it out, a UFO came to see me very early in the morning. And no, maybe he didn't knock at my door or necessarily was flying over because I am here, but he was there. And he rose up over the UFO site at the back, and beautiful bright orange light. I saw the light with the naked eye. I could see it very well, the blinding orange light. And I tend to think that when they go bright and orange like that, you do see them. So that could mean there's fire or an interaction. It has to be something. It's not infrared light if we're seeing it, right? Straight up fact. So when you're looking at that, we're not going to waste a lot of time either to jump in a video. I hope you will all enjoy a video for Wednesday. I prepared a show. And Wednesdays, those that are new to the channel, it's the full disclosure show with me, Bruce Swartz, where I go into the research and I show some captures. This video, I'm going to show where the bases are on the moon. I'm going to tell you and explain to you that the bases are green color. All that greenery that we see all over the place is where the structures are. Could be vegetation on the structures, or it could be that the structures are really of a green, chalky, see-through like material. Because I'm even going to show you a crater, which is not a crater, that we can see through. And that one finding for me exposes it all. But honestly, when you're here, depending on what size of monitor you have, don't get too discouraged. If you're on a phone and I'm showing you a city on the moon and it looks small on your screen, don't get mad at me for not seeing it. Most of you with the phones that are honest can see it, zoom up or whatever. But honestly, my research, don't look at it with a phone. 86.4%. I get chills when I say that, and it's scary. 86.4% of the people that come here have phones. True or not? How many of you here on your phones right now? There's a lot of people that come here on the phones that do not come here on the computer. The YouTube family. Hello, Rumble. Hello, X platform. Again, our saviors, the family here, X platform, and the new people that will eventually trickle in from Rumble. I welcome you all. Everyone's looking for truth, right? And we have a YouTube platform where anyone can come on. They can sound stupid. They can try to look professional. They can lie. They can try to manipulate or just be honest. They can, some people say, well, Bruce, you start talking about ghosts in your house. Well, that sort of ruins your research. And I totally get it. I'm just trying to be honest, right? And with what I'm showing in the research, it should, and it is exposing what the government doesn't show. I showed some stuff before the UFO reports came out. So it's sort of like I'm really at a bad time to come out, but in a way, a good time. And I'm not too worried about the research getting out. It will get out eventually. Even if it's not through me, someone eventually will admit, well, look, there's bases on the moon. How are they going to hide Sinus Iridum base? The whole mountain's base. Okay. And I've said this since 2016. So I'll look pretty silly if it's not. And no, actually I won't, because honestly, what I'm seeing on the moon is a base. And if it's not, well, I will be able to confirm that telescopes are broken. Okay. And that we don't see anything in space with telescopes, but I highly doubt that is so. Telescopes of all sizes, by the way, the smallest to the largest, can see billions of kilometers in space. And if you say no with your naked eye, you look up in the sky and you see a twinkle of a star, and it's an Andromeda constellation. So if you can see a star in an Andromeda constellation, if I can take pictures of the nebulae in Andromeda, which I have here also on the site, red and fiery, you can really see color in space. Sure, sometimes you don't see colors in space. We're going to look at the close-up structures around our Aristarchus crater. We'll be jumping left and right, looking at color on the moon, on and off, but it's a very, very good video. If you don't have time to stick around for the video, don't ever feel that you have to come every stream here, guys. Okay. You all know that I'm being attacked and that there's no traffic, but if my family wants to take a day off, I hope you would. I hope you will, and not feel that, oh my God, is Bruce going to block me or take my wrench away because I don't come by? Of course not. But I wish there were more people coming by to see the research, and many tears, many emotions of the things that I saw on the moon. It started off when I was young, when I lost my dad, and all these lights that I was seeing here, and the crazy stuff happening around me, crazy but exciting stuff that it always blows my mind. Seeing things move in the house and levitate. I only began getting a bit more heebie-jeebie scared when some of you kept telling me about demons and whatnot. Listen, I'm not going to hide it. It's the back of my mind. But as long as you all know that, and I'm not confirming it, just my theory, or it's just my feelings. I think there's a possibility that demons do exist, but that entities out there are mixed. That if we have good and bad human beings, because we have free will, whether we have it or not, I'm pretty sure there's other beings that are also maybe good and bad. They talk about it. Some of you talk to me about it without even having seen them. That research that people are doing online, it has to come from somewhere. But we've been talking about alien species for 30 years, and the government hasn't admitted it yet. Just started. It's done. Aliens exist. That's confirmed. We're going to know more and more as the years go by. Granny McGee, thanks again, my friends, for coming in. We have a really good video today. Hope you'll all enjoy it. How are you doing, Mr. Alex Fortier? How's it going, brother? Hey, the sun is pretty bad, guys. We just had the third strongest solar flare in a period of 11 years of this entire solar cycle leading up to 2025. They're going to be pretty bad. Storm watchers, those of you into storm watchers, the US right now and yesterday and the past 3 to 4 days have been experiencing extremely strong tornadoes from Michigan to Kansas. I don't know whether they had it or not, but there was warnings there. Hours ago, before I started the stream, near Miami, it wasn't headed to Miami, but passing alongside of North Miami, something like that. I don't really know the region. There's tornadoes there, strong tornadoes, and they're spontaneously starting. The sun is storming right now. You have A class and B class storms. The A and B class storms, you'll almost never hear them talk about it. They're quiet solar storms, but they're excessive. They're always all over the sun. So the A and Bs, they never mention. When you get to a C, people tell me, well, C is just a very tiny. It's not a tiny. C is a strong storm. It's getting big there. It's a small storm, but it's starting to get big. Okay. M is very strong. It's a strong storm. The M class. So you get the A, B, C, M. And right now we're inches away again from the X flare. So we had 2 X flares back to back that sends radiation to Earth. When that happens, we can experience seeing aurora borealises here in the north, or auroras around the world. In the States, they're seen as red. Here, they're seen as green. I haven't seen any yet. Last I've seen of that was in the 1990s. But again, back up another 11 years at the end of the other cycle, the ice storm and everything. It's true. We do experience a lot of, look at the image of the sun in 2020. Okay. And look at it in 2024 now. All the prominences and fires and coronal holes that are spewing out, incredible fusioning. A person commented, a new person, I think, on a video in the community today, said, imagine if that UFO, Bruce, that was fueling itself off the sun or pulling energy off the sun, if it was just trying to protect us. And I'm pretty sure what he mentioned is that shielding the sun from exploding itself, right? And hitting us. Aliens, a lot of you know that they're here to protect Earth and not necessarily us. But would they necessarily want us to die? Probably not. Probably not. And they can, excuse me, they can shield Earth by doing certain things. So the sun's exploding, and it has to explode several times, and it's going to spit out. And for those of you that don't know, the coronal holes, when they face Earth, they turn. Stephen A says he's heard that it went counterclockwise. I haven't experienced that yet, but I'm shooting it out there. Stephen A mentioned that because I commented this afternoon back to him saying I never saw that. I'm not calling you a liar, man. And again, like he often mentions the moon is cartwheeling. Yeah, it changes directions. But is it the moon and the sun, or is it Earth on its axis that's actually changing? I think we're all changing. The Earth flips only 680,000 years time, approximately. Like they would know that, but they say. But the sun, it's every 11 years. It's really a 22-year cycle, the solar cycle, if you get deeper into heliophysics. But yeah, every 11 years we experience a difference and change in the weather. Is it a prolonged ice age? It could possibly very well be. We're seeing mini ice ages, by the way. This is what's happening with the changing of temperatures. Look at California, that just got 80 centimeters, 80 centimeters in California. So if you're in the States, guys, be very careful. Um, you know, I'm sure from the panhandle, everywhere and anywhere, be careful in the States for the tornadoes, and they're pretty spontaneous and they're like erupting out of nowhere. But there's a lot of storm chasers right now talking about that. Iski, thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Danny, now see, thanks, guys. And every truth teller is hushed. Absolutely, Anne. Whether professional or not, like me, an amateur, it just so happens that I fell on something that really exposes the governments, but I have no credibility when it comes to. I have credibility, but it's what you guys think. That's all the credibility I have. But I have no governmental association confirming that I work for them. So as for that, there's no credibility in me for that. I just show the work and that's it. I think it's cool that I get to show real raw proof, even though we don't know what's shooting out in the moon. I show UFOs, like we'll see in this video. If you're new to the channel, you're going to see UFOs shooting, two different type of UFOs shooting. One that has an actual craft shape, form, looks like the German bell UFO, looks like a thimble, sewing thimble, not to prick your finger. It looks like that. You know what I mean? Not that. Microphone doesn't look like a Yeti. It looks like the shape of a thimble. Mr. Elias Valhatla is in the house. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here, man. Mr. X, indeed. Yo, yo, yo. Thanks, you guys. Star Hunter, as always. Leslie Strong. Thanks, Leslie. Good afternoon to you. Appreciate that, my friends. June, scroll down, Bruce, all the way down. Oh, Claude. Merci, Claude. Count Derpula, Nicoli. I was thinking of Nikola Tesla. Hi from Germany. Germany in the house. Thank you very much, Germany. Appreciate that. Germany in the news too. Boy, I'm watching all the crap going on. Nikki, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate that. Thanks for checking out the research. Mr. His Highness. Any storms in your end? Rain? What's going on? Love you all, amazing people. Thank you, energy. Thank you so much, Anika. Thank you. I love you. The sun going off like it's last. It really is, Stephen A. Right, you are, man. You, Elias, there's not that many people checking out the sun really here. But now, Leah, a couple people, Christy, yeah. There's a couple of people, I guess, Darla, I guess we all are. Count Turpula also. The sun is pretty bad, extremely bad. And if I look real quickly, just to double check, because I've been checking its strength, the X-ray flux. I hope you're all going to watch the video I'm going to play, guys. It's a good one. Now it's an M2. So it's stabilizing an M, which an M, by the way, is a strong storm. An M is a strong storm, and that's what's going on right now. And Stephen A., it's been, it's been storming every day for what? Correct me if I'm wrong, at least 5-6 days. Not a coronal mass ejection every day, but solar storms every day, like really big solar storms. Happy to see 145 just coming in, some more coming in, so that we'll get into an interesting video. Absolutely, Nikki. Don't you even worry. Everything is going to be okay. I promise you. But I am literally praying for you guys, sending energy and strength and everything. Ireland standing up. Some good protests today. Anti-protests against some certain people invading a country. Thank you so much, Ireland. People standing up. My town here, many hundreds of people roaming around my town of different groups of countries that they're not from here. Everything's different, clothing and everything. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it. I love every race of people, but nobody wants an invasion, right? So they're building a lot of brand new buildings here. Put two and two together, okay? New people, new buildings. brand new buildings. And that's what's happening here in Canada. Those of you that remembered 4 months ago when I said that I went with my mother to St. Hubert and we saw busloads of people coming in to eat, it's all been going on for months. I'm going to shut up now. Punctured Ball is here. Triple blast, right on. It's coming, I think. The triple blast, the third. If you're talking about the sun, I think the third is going to spadoink very soon. Thanks, guys. Hope all you guys are doing well. You too, Punctured Ball. Thank you very much. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, Johnsonson, thank you for being here from Rumble. Always ecstatic seeing people from Rumble. Have you noticed? There's a wised up lady, I think that commented. She was now. Don't feel bad if you're. Don't go and run. I have some friends here that are gonna say, "Oh shit, I didn't comment on this video either." You don't have to. There should be new comments coming on Rumble. You guys are supporting me here. You don't have to go to Rumble, but there should be some new commenters coming in, and there's not. Rumble usually about 16 to 20 people watching, but that's sort of normal. We still have a lot of fun here. Here, the emergency alert test. Pat, thanks for mentioning that because I was just about to mention that myself. And man, I went on Meteo Media. And when I went on Meteo Media, where is it? They're doing a test. Okay, they took it down, but yeah, they're doing a test to prepare people, guys, for the electrical grid to be going down in Canada today. It was actually going to be tested, I think, till the 11th, if I'm not mistaken. I heard in the news that they said from the 4th to the 11th of May, they're going to be testing out messages. So what are they doing, Pat? Are they going to be sending out messages on cell phones in Canada for that? So that's about preventing about forest fires. What happens if there's a fire? What happens if there's the electrical grid goes down? To have 3 days of food and stuff like that. And listen, take it with a grain of salt. Don't do it like scared and run with your head cut off. You don't need 100,000 bags of rice, but if ever we were to go down for a couple of weeks, get yourself a couple of bags of rice. Once in the groceries, get an extra bag. Store some extra butter, whatever, water, maybe an extra case of water every time you go to you don't have to start stocking up and rent a warehouse, honestly. Thank you so much, Anika. Jules, I love these numbers. 777. Thanks for being here for all of us. Now, thank you guys for being here for me. I appreciate that. Bruce, awesome to be here with all of you in the chat. Thanks, mods, for all you do. Thank you very much. Lucky sevens for you because we are the lucky ones. I told you guys, we really are. Ben, 73 in the house. Thank you very much, Ben. We got a good video, man. Right now. Joël, comment ça va? Salut, beautiful gang. Elle dit, j'espère que tu vas bien. Le soleil est encore actif. On va avoir des températures chaudes de Joël qui s'en vient pour la fin de semaine. 30 degrés Celsius qui s'en vient. 30 degrees Celsius, Pat. Weather coming. Man, it's funny you say that. My friend Count Derpula. Here we have the weather went down really quickly here also. But now I'm getting all the flack and leftovers from the tornadoes that are happening in the States. As long as there's tornadoes in the state, that's happening. Xander Mavro, hello. Hey, Xander. Hey, Xander, I had someone pretending to be you, opened a channel, went on the Rumble and started telling me off. I had to block the person, so made me laugh. Be careful, you guys, who you're interacting with in the community. Sometimes, people are trying to cause problems. Oh, yes, Count Derpula, we'll wait for you. Let me know. I'm kidding. And jump in the video. Mr. Xander, Mavro, and family, thank you very much. Larry, thanks, bro. Good day to you, man. All great mods and fellow disclosure fans. I can't even say disclosure. Zero goes to interloping. We have Garrett Moore. Thank you for being here. Yes, Pat. Absolutely. And for those that don't know, like, yeah, always up to date. He's like me. We think, you're awake and I'm awake. We know exactly what's going on. World War III, back in the days during World War II, people didn't know they were actually living through World War II. It came up. Alex Jones even mentioned this morning. I'm not pretending I made this up. Heard it on Alex Jones a couple of hours ago. That during World War II, people didn't know what was going on. They didn't know until afterwards. And many, 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 many months after, we're in a war. Well, we're in a war. It's all meant to be suppressed and hidden. The media is all part of it. It's a big shit show, but yeah, it really is happening. I'm excited to show you guys the video. Wayne Mansfield, that funny old son. Hi, all. I hope everyone is having a good day. Yes, that funny old son. Tell me about it. Private scuba diving in Cabo. Thank you. Watching from Mexico, which is gracias, amigo. I have a question. Go ahead. Maybe I'm wrong. When the eclipse happened, I think the moon should have come from the left to the right. No, you're absolutely right. And it was from right to the left. Private scuba diving in Cabo. You're absolutely right. I showed, hey, Bach. I had to say it. Hi, Bach. Like Mozart, Bach, get it. Anyways, and I don't even think Bach's like that either, but it could be. Yes, you're absolutely right. In the total eclipse, brother, if you are brother, yeah, I saw it coming up from the right. So in other words, where La Luna is supposed to go down, it's like it was backing itself up and it was actually going up to meet the sun. And if you grab a mirror and flip the whole image of the video around, that would make more sense. But it's actually true what you said. And a lot of people noticed it. I mentioned it in the video also. You're absolutely right about that. Absolutely right. Kingdom L, thank you very much. Ben 10 in the house. No giveaways here, buddy. We can't talk about that. Please don't advertise, my friends. One warning. Bruce, sorry, I meant clockwise. Dude, see, that's like me, and I'm very, very sorry. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, it is. And on top of it, Stephen A, uh, the sunspots in front, okay, should be going to the right. Oh, you're going to see me to the right, left, anyways, to the right. And instead, I'm seeing the sun go forward, meaning the sunspots are descending, going to the bottom of the sun. But notice I've been filming it for 2 days straight, and the sunspots didn't move. So that's the only way we know about the rotation of the sun. So I confirm to you for 2 days, the sun didn't rotate. What does that mean? Nobody says that, and it would sound crazy, but I confirm it because the sunspots did not move. They moved this much. Okay, so is it because Earth is turning faster during a part? Do you understand that we never see all of Earth's phase? We never see all of the sun going in a circle. We never see all of the moon. If we were to step back and to see everything, for sure, not all three of them are together. There's one going like that, one's probably going like that. There's something that we're not understanding. Common sense. Grip Ripper. All right on, man. No, I know it. I know it. But people will try that. People will try that. And it's the people I interact with. I mentioned, hey, you mentioned you're in Montreal. Oh, no, someone going to hook up with Bruce. They attacked Elias, the Hatless channel, too, when we hooked up. Elias was the first person that I met from online. Darla, actually. Then Elias. Then after that, Alex. And soon to meet some people camping this summer. Sunspots are supposed to go across the sun. Yep. Left to right. Absolutely. If I are looking at it from Earth, like the satellites, but if you view it with a camera, they go clockwise around the face of the sun. Absolutely. With my own camera. I didn't even know that. But the first part you said about the IR. Yep. Wouldn't dare look at my IR, right? Ah! Into the camera. You're open to catching a heck up there. You're a lowlander people. I'm a mountain people. Yep, I'm a flatland. I'm just off. I'm on the outskirts of Valleyfield. You hear the name of the town, Valleyfield. Closest mountain here to me is Malone, New York. And I have to show you, I have in the past, get a nice day to show you how clear the mountain is from here. Like literally where I'm living right here, if there wasn't a tree in front, I'd see giant mountains. It's in Malone. I can only see it when I go to the park here. Right on. Coffee brewing. Yes, go get the coffee because we're about to jump into video. You guys got about 5 minutes for 420s and to get ready. Major Truth. Well, thank you. Well, thank you very much for appreciating it. And thanks for coming back. And thanks for the comments, guys. I assure you I really appreciate it. Right on, brother. We are, Nikki. We are, Nikki. Nikki, that's well said. As a matter of fact, Germany really won that war. And not the people of Germany, sadly, the people of Germany were so innocent when Hitler was forcing the people to become. Anyways, we don't have to get into that. We know what a shit show that was. But no, absolutely. Um, I do believe we still are in World War II, but it's just that we never got out of it, you know. But now, if it's not still World War II, it's like it's the prolonged World War II, where like it's like this is part 2 of World War II, if you want. So World War III, some say we're even into 4. So yeah. Terry Berry, thank you very much. We got a great video. I wish I could say hi to everyone. Christian, hey, good evening. Sun went boom again. So did another volcano in Indonesia. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, the volcanic activity is totally regulated by that sun and affected. I'm not going to hide that usually, did you know this? During the sunspots, you do not get volcanic activity usually. Scroll down, Bruce. Yeah, I'm going right now. Pam, GDL, thank you very much for being here. Hi. Tim, hello. Was something strange about that last eclipse. Just can't put a finger on it. Same, man. And the feeling has lasted. I had a good feeling also, like something good was going to happen, though. I just had that feeling. That's right, Terry. Things wobble and wiggle. And when the moon is in a wobble, if it just so happens that we're turning around when we see that we're both at our extremist wobbles, both the earth and the moon, sometimes things can not seem as they are just because of those, for sure. I thank you very much, Anika. That's my rumble, guys. Tim, thank you so much, man. Tim Hamby. Thank you, man. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate that. Stephen, I thought CERN had something going on. I do too. Listen, aside from the grid, it is definitely going to go down. CERN hasn't had their last word. I hope it's not CERN on top of it, taking advantage of the fact that the sun is more strong now. Gobstopper, tasking multitarily at min. Facts. Bruce should have at least a month's storage, if not more. Oh, yeah, man. Honestly, yes. I would suggest anyone, of course, if not more, because if we go down 3 months, we're screwed. I totally hear you on that one. Some things in the mountains eat people. Not hunting cougars. I'm not one of those people either. Same to me. To hunt, to eat, sure, but it would be just horrific having to do that. I'll be honest with you. Have to do like in the office, kill a deer with a shovel. No, I wouldn't do that. Kidding me. Hi, all just turned over from Dimidor. Hi, Bruce Star. Thank you very much. Go around in the house. Divine Sorcery here. We're going to jump into video. Are we ready? Nice big video. What the hell is that? Holding my bench back. Must be a ghost. Where's the video? Where's the beef? You sound like that sweet old lady. I'm going to get into it right now, my friend. You ready? Present Screen. Arms ready. Lock and loaded. Get my big head out of the way here. No, it doesn't want to go down, does it? Or did it already go down? Yep, I think it already went down. Where's the beef? Hope the volume's okay. Hope there's no mistakes. Let's get into it. It's a short video, 47 minutes. Enjoy. You want to see real UFOs on the moon and real UFOs in the sky here? We're going to look at a video today. I was not zoomed in the video. The UFO is massive, and it came to see me and took off at high rates of speed. That should be getting me a lot of attention, but it's not. So when I went outside, I'm not zoomed. I should be mentioning it, but I don't ever zoom. It's too small of a focal length. I can only see a small part of the sky. If I zoom it in, it's going to be extremely close and fizzy. I can do it afterwards, I often do, but to give you an idea of it, look at the size of it right now, rising. It's going to get twice as big as that. It's going to come quickly towards me. There's other UFOs appearing in the sky. So let's do a comparison in size. This is over the UFO site right here. So a community member, Al Ciriello, asked a very good question. Wanted to know if I was zoomed up or not. No, the UFO was just over top of the trees there over the site. And notice the size of the stars. When you see the large UFO, you'll know whether I'm zoomed or not. Thanks, Al, for asking that question. Let's get into it. That is the size of regular small aircraft going by and UFOs rising from the ground. That's where I saw the UFO rising from the ground. Here's another larger one. So look at the size of those. I'm going to show you a bigger one, and then I'm going to show you an even bigger one that came over last night. So there's no zoom here. Now we're in the evening before, and we're at the same site, but the lights are bigger. They're brighter. And you'll see the one on top that's going left was bright. They're fizzing. See everything that's happening around them? And then it gets smaller and goes away. So those are the different sizes. But that one there is still smaller than the one I just saw last night or early the morning before. Let's go over and see another size, the one from yesterday. You're going to see its size shift. Look, this is far away. This is over the site. It's not coming towards me yet. It is rising up. And eventually it will start coming towards me. And you're going to see that. Look at now with the fizzing light there. It's coming this way. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get brighter. But the UFO itself is making itself bigger, or just literally coming towards me. So now it's coming towards me. Now it's over the house. Okay. But now it's going to get even bigger. So again, there's no zoom as we're crossing along. Let's just go along here as it's fizzing. It is fizzing. It's incredible. You know, yes, I can get a zoom. Like, for example, look. So this is right away at the distance that you're seeing. I zoomed up. You know, that's the difference that I can show you. But without the zoom, watch how close it gets.
It's early morning and there's UFOs going by. Okay. Oh, it's getting orange.
You know, every single person that has a UFO video always notice the size of things in back. So if you're seeing, you know, the stars are small, well, you know that there's no zoom with the camera. Like I explained, there's a small focal length.
It's getting orange.
Did you hear me say it's getting orange and the sky is getting brighter? It's about to take off and power up. It'll be larger. It needs power to take off.
There's a lot of them right over me. They're flashing at each other. Okay, hold on. There's one there. You see it? Where's it? Hold on. Come on, Bruce. No,
they play tricks. They flash all over the sky to get me looking elsewhere.
It's hard to get a straight up eyes.
Well, they always do this to me. It's like they send other lights all over the sky, and it's like I don't know where to look. I don't know which one I should be looking at. Watch how big it gets. There's no zoom here. And you know how you know that, guys? Always look at the small stars in the background. They're not getting bigger. I'm not on zoom. Look how tiny the stars are, and watch how big the UFO gets.
Oh, it's getting orange. There's another one coming from the other way. They're over me. Oh, this is a message, guys. It's changing direction. This is scary. Come on, come on. Okay.
Watch how close it will be, or big it will be. It's a lot bigger. It's charging up, ready to take off, and it's getting bright and orange.
You see it?
That's the biggest star in the sky you see right there in the bottom there.
No, screw that one. I want you to see this one. It's right over me. It's hard to get a straight up eyes.
So there were other ones charging up. These are the ones that inspect the sky, and they leave at the end of their shift before brightness in the blue sky arrives. Quite simply, watch how big that mama is. Still seeing the small stars, by the way. Watch it.
Look how fast it
off.
is. Holy shit, guys, check it out. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by this morning. 4:40. Now look at them all. There's more UFOs going by.
Look at the very small stars.
Can it disappear for us? You can figure a flash. Say hello. To the birds out. That's just great.
Bird showing its morning. How 40 times smaller a satellite is. Look at them. That's a satellite train. Once they turn. That's before they rise in orbit. So when SpaceX launches this, it takes a couple of hours to come from the States. And then it comes up really high up over the horizon, high up in the sky. But they're rising in altitude. They're going to eventually turn their mirrors and you'll never see them again. You'll see them flicker once in a while, but it's not the same flicker. It's not a UFO flicker. Their mirrors don't even think. Did you see one of those specks? Did you see me showing you one little dot in the sky saying, look at the mothership? How you'd laugh? That's Venus, the size of Venus. I'm helping people understand the shapes and forms and sizes of the things that I'm seeing in the sky. So now I'm zoomed back. You want to see the actual size that I saw in the camera? Boom. This came down to me in my yard. Stopped, hovered, flashed around, sent me some messages. That is the whole screen here. Not this. The whole UFO is almost wider than what I can get it in the screen without a zoom. So if I would have zoomed up once with the infrared, I would have seen only the light there. And this other light fizzing around, it's really important that I showed it too. Well, I can't take it out. It's a light that is, it's not a UFO. It keeps moving around as I'm filming it because this UFO is so bright. It's literally affecting my infrared camera. Totally excited. And it was something incredible. And then took off. There's the top of my garage that you see it going down to. It came out of the sky, but it was just a regular light in the sky. It got closer and closer and bigger. That infrared camera is broken. $300 doesn't work anymore. This happens to me at least twice a year, but this one was the closest I've ever seen. Never again in my life has another UFO ever come down to my house. I'd be a liar if I said it did. But Jeremy Corbell is talking about the exact same thing, a video from 2018, heat signature video. I'm excited because we're waiting to see that video. They didn't show the video, guys, and I'm showing you the video. This is what Jeremy Corbell's video would look like, but he got it with the heat signature. Do you know which one I'm talking about? This one. So it's very exciting for me to show you this one. I call it the candelabrum, the one that you just saw. The chandelier UAP. We're on News Nation here. UAP photo shows strange object over Persian Gulf. This is a video of 2018 that I know of because of Jeremy Corbell. Photo released by Jeremy Corbell shows purported chandelier UAP object was captured by military camera in the Persian Gulf. Release comes after that of jellyfish UAP video, which was not a jellyfish, but they declared it a jellyfish. Often UFOs, they give them names. Here is the chandelier one that you'll all recognize. But get this, that is the only thing that he shows. It's just a nickname. Jeremy knew it wasn't a jellyfish, but people give UFOs nicknames so people will remember them. This is in heat signature. There's a video to it. And apparently the shape in the center is changing of shape and forms. The similarities with mine, you can obviously see for yourself without me having to tell you. Does not show the video. And the center here. So I showed this video many years before this came out in the news. Shape changes, shape and form, and is turning, spiraling, just like a lot like mine. So I'm anxious to see it. But again, don't wonder why they're hiding my research, because I'm showing things that the government themselves are taking years to explain and to skim through and to decide what they're going to show or not. So don't wonder why they're going to be holding me back. That's for sure. But this video here is what I just showed. This, after Jeremy Corbell declared that there was a jellyfish video, I posted this 18 hours before Jeremy Corbell showed the jellyfish video, which you all know is not a jellyfish. It's just a term they give to the UFOs. This is in the atmosphere of the moon, miles wide. That's right. Remember our goal here? For that me, a civilian, would be able, the community, give a response to UFO UAP. Well, the international academic and civilian response, I was part of it. And that's where they blocked me, but it doesn't matter. At least my research is out there. As an amateur, I was very lucky to be able to present my research with these important, documented people. I'm so proud to have been able to present my research during a Pentagon's presentation, by the way. Now, think of it. It's all because of you. It's all thanks to you all. You all said, Bruce, I hope your research reaches the Pentagon. Well, it did, guys. John Leary reached me. A whole bunch of people did. Don't wonder why the research is hidden. Everyone that knows truth about what's on the moon, including every single real governmental ufologist, too, they're not talking. Look at David Grush, look at Luis Elizondo, look at Bob Lazar, what happens to every single person in this world when they bring out truth.
Going to have a lander on the far side of the moon, which is the side that's always in dark. We're not planning to go there. And why not? And what's the benefit of doing so? We don't know what's on the back side of the moon, so that would be something that they would discover. But our decision is that it's more profitable for us to go to the South Pole of the moon because we think that's where the water is. So why do you think they made that decision? I'm curious. I have no idea.
You have NASA's administrator, Nelson, telling us the truth. He looked very disappointed when the UFO reports didn't go through. I'll be honest with you, somewhere deep inside, this guy wants the truth to come out, but I don't think they can bring the truth out. But there's nothing on the dark side of the moon, they say. I'm filming lunar landings every time I go to the moon. What's the problem with that? There's activity up there. Nelson knows it. NASA knows it. Every single person that has had to do working on projects related to the moon know that the moon is completely inhabited. They're working with aliens. How do you block someone like me that doesn't work for the government and doesn't have any clearances or gag orders? All the governments of the world try to make them invisible. The entire truth about space to every single human being, except for the ones that are working on the secret projects. And even the ones working on the secret projects, which are extremely compartmentalized, are being held in the dark. We're slaves. You want to see the elites really exposed? Share this with Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, everyone you know that can help this message get out. My exclusive research, only seen here, almost got me killed and continually gets me attacked. This has to be exposed. If everybody sees what's going on the moon, then the big ones can really push out and get the elites exposed. I did my part. You do yours, please.
Join now.
Are you anxious to find out about what the outcome is with the Las Vegas alien video? Another Angel. The kid's name is Angel. Not very old either. Teenager, probably 18-ish, something like that, maybe a bit more. Had a channel on YouTube. I think the government confronted him to completely shut up about what was going on. So they took the video, and now professionals are speaking out on exactly this. Ross Coulthard on News Nation to tell you that they confirmed that that video was actually not edited and that it was real. Let's see what they have to say. Surprising. So Ross Coulthard and News Nation and a couple of reporters have been interviewing this young man, Chris, and along with his family. We don't see the family talking much, but we see the younger kid talking with his brothers, I think, and more family members were witness to aliens, very large aliens, apparently. A veteran crime scene recreation expert who has analyzed the video purporting to show two alien creatures in a Las Vegas backyard says the video has not been altered, and he believes he sees images of not one, but actually two beings. Once you see it, you can't deny it, said Scott Roeder of Evidence Room Animation and Exhibits told News Nation. There's no editing. There is an original video, he told News Nation's Banfield on Friday. We tried to debunk it to see if there was something that was added to the video. All of our results came back as it was authentic on April 30th, 2023, the Kenmore family called 911 to report something not human in their backyard. Police investigated in part because other officers had spotted a mysterious flashing light that evening in the sky. Now, a lot of things, some scary stuff has been coming out, like floating upside down crucifix and everything that you're looking at here right now, unexplained Bible activity, lots to come in the news, I'm pretty sure. You know what this is? This is a video of a lot of UFOs. See the number here over on the bottom left? This is a video that lasts 2 hours, that in 1 hour and 35 or 1 hour. I never did that again. I'll show all the UFOs that go by always, but never again will I sit there and count every UFO going up. There's 3 videos that I did, about 6 hours of it in 3 nights. And those 3 nights are on a period of 7 to 9 evenings that I only got 3 clear nights, and every night, hundreds of UFOs. Watch the number. Hour and 40 minutes, I was able to capture this many UFOs. Watch it. The video's up, by the way. Put it up a couple of months ago. See the number there? In an hour and a half, 2 hours. Watch the number rise. You're going to want to see that video because you're probably not going to believe me. Let's go a little faster here. Every single UFO in the video I counted in less than 2 hours. Look at how many UFOs rose up. Look at the number. I'm not lying. With no over satellite 300? Launches. None. Oh, yeah, over 300. I got sick of filming them and I stopped. But they're all there. All real UFOs.
Slow. Taking his time so I can...
One after the other. It's a secret technology, and these dark squares are illuminated, and there's photonic light coming from them. Why? This came down to the house. This is why they are hiding this. And if this is not CERN or a direct energy weapon, what could it be? You can clearly see that square in the center. Never before shown to the public anywhere else, exclusively here. Let's get into the research. I'm from Montreal, Quebec, just on the outskirts. Hi and welcome, studying in ufology, astronomy, like people do when they film the sky. And we have a quantity of UFOs here that are rising up that is unimaginable. Tonight, March 24th, I'm expecting the crew to come back. There will be lots of lights here tonight. They're not allowing the traffic to flow freely here on the channel, so don't stop coming back, ladies and gentlemen. So a helicopter yesterday, let's go see that right now. This helicopter was buzzing the house. It was over top of my house. There was 2 of them. Whether it's military or not, they went directly to the area where the lights are rising. So more and more, I believe now we have activity from other associations, either related to weather or military. Let's check it out. So guys, generally speaking, helicopters that fly at night are used only and solely for specific purposes, medical purposes, military, police, corporate, or VIP, right? You don't joyride around at night. Until 2021, helicopters could not communicate with satellites to use programming because of the blades were cutting that. Now, since 2021, they can use wavelengths to be able to communicate and use satellites for other gadgets or whatever they're using. This one, most likely infrared, is what we're looking at. And you see all those lights around it. I've never seen that much of a setup around the helicopters. And again, helicopters do not fly around for nothing, especially not over farmland. Like right now, he's very, very low. There's no zoom on this. Right over the house, hovering, lights going on and off, looking at the exact region where these UFOs are rising up.
As always. Any lights and we'll see them. There are some. There we go. More here. We even got some flashes at the beginning of the evening. Awesome.
Only 100 people maximum per day on this platform watch my videos. Do you believe me? I could show you the analytics, and this is why. Watch the UFOs. There you go. They're rising. right under the aircraft. They're rising right up to face. There you go, just crossed it. And you could see it. So the small aircraft, and you will see they buzz them. They are here. The small aircraft arrive, and they will even slow down.
Rising up. There we go. Hey, thanks, guys. Recognize that one. One of the flashes.
As much as people can block information and truth and or my videos from coming out, there's only a few people on this planet, 2 handfuls of people on this planet that interact with extraterrestrials and see them. I see them, and I'm going to be able to show everyone. No one's going to be able to do the same thing. There's only a few people that will be able to show the truth, and those people will be able to reach the entire world, as I will, or don't. Actually, it's not going to be told to the public. 2022 is when it all started rising from the ground, these lights, because I've never seen any rising from the ground before, except for that beautiful black cube object that I showed you at the beginning of the video that does have a shape. It's going to be talked about. Fingers crossed. I'm waiting for Jeremy Corbell's 2018 video to be talked about. Now look at this. There's an object going by sideways underneath it, and I'm also going to show you some coming downwards. So now the helicopters are in the area because there are lights coming down to the surface. When they get to a certain height before reaching the ground, they go invisible, like when they take off. And you can see here the quantity of lights is very concerning. I'm not concerned because I'm afraid of the lights, just the feeling, but I'm concerned about the government not talking about them. You know, hopefully it's not them. Obviously, this is confirmed. Get yourself an infrared camera. This is not electricity. It's not anything that can be seen with the naked eye. A lot of people don't believe me on that one, but it doesn't matter. The military will know what I'm talking about because they're here with the infrared equipment also to view every single night. Let's back up the end of this winter, what I was doing all alone outside again.
Oh, ooh, that's cool. Oh, they get bright to stay warm?
Still there.
You flash. Damn, it's cold, guys. How do you guys? Definitely not in the physical.
They must laugh at me. If there are beings in there, must say, look at this dick every night outside filming us. He's never going to know who we are. It's funny.
Or you're really. Oh, shit. This is incredible, guys. I'm going to be able to show this all year, and nobody's going to come to see the videos. You got to laugh at it, though.
This video alone will prove it all. We'll prove them all wrong. There's one to the left, there's some going up, there's one going over to the right, there's one left, and then one going up to the right, one going up to straight center, all directions. And you can. You see them rising up under the plane there? Plane or helicopter? Well, that's about the number that Canada declares every year of UFOs, approximately. So it's like it never ends, you know. First month into this, I filmed about 800 of them. Actually, in 2 weeks, I filmed 7-8 days. In 2 weeks, 1,600 UFOs. All the videos are up, guys. I'm not venting myself here. The new people that are here should be wanting to see if I'm not full of shit or not and check out the videos. Look at them all. So the invasion's happening the other way. We're the ones invading, maybe. And more, and more. After this video, you won't want to see UFO videos for the rest of the evening. Thousands and thousands of UFOs filmed in only a couple of weeks. Thousands of them. Not a structure on the moon, but an entire setup of cities and metropolitans and massive areas of constructed objects, lines, smokes and hazes, possibly industries on the moon. You're looking at a raw image of what I am showing to people. This is the beauty of it all. There's a lot in this image, guys. On the left, everything that's covering, how it's showing how they are covering the moon. What people perceive as a surface that has nothing there, it's filled with pipes, all connected to probably every single crater, because those craters I do not believe are naturally formed. Looking at this image, you can see that we are only seeing the top levels of descending levels on the moon. Whether it's manipulated unpurposely or naturally formed, we could see that it goes down many, many thousands of feet. They declared it themselves. There are descending levels on the moon from 10,000 to 12,000 feet inside of the craters. That's what we're looking at. Is it natural? I don't think so. Is the smoke that we are seeing natural? Not if it's coming off of these UFOs or living organisms that we literally see on the surface of the moon. No two ways about it. You all know that if you're seeing, and you've been here since the beginning of my research, that I'm showing these living organisms, of course they don't want it out. This is Clavius crater, just beside Clavius crater, and we see a UFO or living organism actually smoking the surface. The smoke system, there's the smoke coming out of the massive pipe smoking the moon, exposed. Just at the bottom of Copernicus crater, you can see the shielding that they use over to the right. It's a smoking system, okay? I don't think they're using holograms at all. They don't have. I'm not trying to scam you either. I show this live. I show this smoke coming out of the pipe, okay? So let's say you have a hard time seeing this, and let's say that you're just going to see what I'm going to tell you because I'm saying it. But two types of structures, this element, and the dark one, and the darkest one, and the brightest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all there. All the different tints that you see everywhere on the moon. These came to the conclusion are smokes or trees because it's blurry. But there's always a blurry part over top of a regular part that's not blurry. And this massive object is a pipe. There goes the battery to the mouse. Okay. Because I want to take my time showing this. I found that out. It exposes everything. I must have showed it about 600 times. And that pipe at the bottom of it, in a second you'll see me use the mouse, there's smoke coming out. So if you look at the whole image, the whole left side of the image is completely white. And I'm telling you, that's smoke. You don't see the surface on the left here. On the right, I'm waiting for that mouse to come back. Connected. What do you think this is? That's where the smoke comes out of. The black with the smoke beside it. The black smoking the surface beside it. This massive object, the pipe coming out, is smoking the surface. There's where the smoke is coming out. Okay? I showed it live. And I'm going to show you another pipe near Copernicus. I'll show you a couple pipes in this. And Copernicus, you can see that's the ridge there. You can't lie about it. I showed it hundreds of times, Copernicus, and that really is the ridge. So Do you see how close I am to this ridge of Copernicus? You can see a whole mountain on the ridge of Copernicus. People didn't believe that I was that close. So this is what I call the smoking screen system. As thin as it is, unless you're on a large TV, you're going to thank me. This pipe here that goes all the way up here into Copernicus is connected to this. There's the pipe. The smoke is right now coming out of here. It's coming out there and it's coming out there. You can see a well-defined square-ish area. Under that, you have something going on, like you see here on the left. And the smoke coming here. So watch the line. I know it's faded, but you can still see what I'm pointing to. Quite simply, whether you want to think it's ejecta or not, that line goes up to a structure. Look at them all. You can see that they're the same reflectivity as the surface, but you can see very well the well-defined structures of squares. And it's connected to this pipe. And there's the other line of the pipe. So boom, boom, boom. You can see the little dugout area comes down here. Another one going here, by the way, the pipe. See, goes straight out and smokes here beside this black object, the smoke screen. Totally exposed, but Bruce has no competency when it comes to archaeology or space archaeology, like nobody else does, except the ones that are doing this in secrecy. And over the years, I've come to being able to explain it. Like, you're not going to see the lines here, but I see them. And I've shown it better times. Like there's one here, there's one here, there's one here. The connections are by the thousands. And you have these thin lines. And that's the hardest part of being able to prove it, is trying to get in close. So why do you think I try to zoom in close? So yeah, that is a smoking pipe on the moon. And that's a smoking screen. So now this little area that I showed you, I swear to you, wherever you go in someone's footage, it's going to be a lot smaller. This square, which is, I call it honestly, do you see that it looks like a skateboard ramp? Where it goes up. It's like a square that goes up and back down here. You'll see that beside every single large crater with the pipes going into the crater. It's literally set up. And we're going to see some in detail in this video.
They don't have to. They can use natural atmosphere or a not natural atmosphere. Is this smoke they are creating deliberately? There's a pipe going into Copernicus. Incredible. Are they creating this smoke to protect the beings and creatures from the radiation coming from the sun? If there's no gravity there, they would have to. In the bottom of the water, people have problems seeing because everything's so cloudy. Well, it's the same thing like the moon. And all I'm doing is bringing the exposure down, as you see here, to be able to show you a clearer image. There's no manipulation. Light scattering is not supposed to occur on the moon, nor is combustion supposed to occur on the moon. But we see fires, we see combustion, and what looks like literal on the horizon, light scattering on the moon. So look here, I'm a moon person.
There would have to be oxygen.
Filming, but all I see are clouds and hazes on top of the building. So I bring down the exposure from the moon and tell my moon friends that, look, we can see Earth has buildings and there's even traffic and movement. All that light scattering and refraction, you can't see anything. It's the same thing. It's blinding on the moon. And look what happens when we bring down the...
So the people on the moon looking back at Earth, if there are beings there too run by an elite system of shitheads like here, well, they would see this. They would see a bright refractive surface. They would tell them there's swamp gas and there's just, there's absolutely no water. It's a desolate ball, because they'd probably see it gray like we see the moon. In reality, if they would do the same thing as me, bringing exposure down, they would see the Earth is blue.
Exposure. So I'm not using special programs. Like that's what got everybody mad. But you know what? It works. Look at the buildings now. Here's an example on Earth. I used to want to rush everything out and, hurry up and show everyone what's up there. These lines going over a built platform inside of a double crater. You'll often hear me talk about a double crater. It's the one NASA's hiding in the southern highlands. And that's just one area where there are a lot of base-like objects. And it doesn't mean they're bases. It could be just structures, machines, whatnot. But you see them. You see them quite clearly. And you notice the blinding light around those craters. It's all deliberate. UFOs have the same reflectivity as the surface, and they are near impossible to see, but not impossible to see. And I'm showing you them. But how do we just see them there? Well, I brought the exposure down. It's not easy. Here's this one really got me in trouble. These are hundreds, if not thousands of UFOs, different heights and levels in the smoke. So the more you peek into that smoke, the more revelations you will get. Here's 3 UFOs moving in formation, military formation, and we see the smokes behind the spacecraft. Has anyone ever showed you spacecraft? Hang on, not just spacecraft. Spacecraft on fire and shooting at other UFOs? Do I have to go and get that footage again? I just showed the UFO shooting another UFO last stream.
I will.
Go back to the last stream, check the videos out. This is natural footage that you can see smokes and hazes, and it is blurry. Just like the James Webb telescope. They look far into the galaxies, far away, and this is the shit that they're seeing because it's a tool.
I have people ask me, why is the research blurry? And I respond, why are clouds blurry?
To be able to see what we cannot see. And what I'm showing here, not many people appreciate it. Only the ones that understand what this research consists of. And it consists of a hell of a secret, guys, that affects each and every one of us. Whether you're a Muslim, a Christian, or a Jehovah's Witness, or a Mormon, or you're an atheist, we're being lied to. That is the important part. And this UFO here, and which is not the same one I've showed you. I've showed more than one event of UFOs shooting out UFOs. So either it's aliens shitting large craps into space, which I still wouldn't laugh about that one, but we don't know, right? We have to open our minds to all the possibilities around the lies that they told us. Look at the professionals fighting online. If you see professional scientists,
professionals can't get along. It's because they're all a bunch of big ass liars. And the Apollo landings 100 kilometers below this. So yeah, they're full of crap. If they went to the moon, they're definitely not telling people that there's aliens there.
And all the countries fighting with each other, it's because they're all a bunch of liars. Nobody's telling you the truth. Raw footage is truth. So here's raw footage without an explanation. The truth was given to you. This is right under Mare Fecunditatis. This is where the Apollo 11 landing was, okay? And they're not telling you about UFOs lifting above the surface. Look at the smokes and plumes of smoke rising while these mile-wide UFOs not just take off, but appear out of absolutely nowhere. Or they're coming from inside the moon.
Listen to the siren. I want you to have the effect, okay? Say to yourself, all this going on, what do you think the military is doing right now, running out of bases, leaving in friggin' spacecraft to go to the moon? This is not a science fiction novel, guys, or movie. It's real. It's friggin' real. Look at them shooting in the atmosphere. Gave me chills. Make my nuts seize up when I see this. They all lied to you. They lied to every one of us. See the other UFOs underneath? What the hell's going on? There's a bit faster. Scare you a bit more. If someone's sitting in that, who the hell is sitting in that? What would you do if that happened here? We woke up one morning and everything was in the sky invading us and killing people. This could be going on the moon. We could be the ones actually harming the people on the moon. What about the creatures in the moon's atmosphere? Are they being harmed? There's nothing, no need for explanation here. You see what's going on the surface. UFOs taking off, plumes of smoke. There's a war up there.
Here's a silly one. How come astronauts never land in the crater if they're so fascinated about craters? We only hear about craters on the moon. Let's land on the moon. Let's never land in the crater ever. Aliens are living in the craters. There's the German UFO. No, but it looks like
You
it.
can see the UFO's propulsion system as it descends down to the surface. Here are UFOs exiting the interior of the moon.
Little extra. Right beside the Apollo 11 landing. See the white smoke beside the slit? Smoking system.
Giant unknown creatures miles wide that are being shot at and throwing things out of themselves. Fluorescent gases, hazes and smokes on the moon coming from these unknown objects up there. The whole surface that's blurry, just certain areas. The big objects are all over the place, and like here, you could see them quite well. There's no pixelation here. You can enjoy and appreciate the hazes and smokes, the blurry parts, because look at this. See the beautiful little bit of the blur around these straight connected lines and structures? I call them lines. They're the size of your town. Very long, too. What are they holding inside of that? This is...
If there's no haze in someone's footage, it's because they're not on the moon. The moon has an atmosphere. Even if you want to say it's 1/6, we should see a shitload of smoke. But the problem is, smoke and microgravity, guys, creates pill forms, a ball. I've seen a test done here on Earth, okay? When you light a fire on the moon, the fire would not be rising up and triangular pointed like here because of combustion. There's no combustion, they say, on the moon, but we see smoke everywhere. Smoke should be clinging to the surface, right? That's what they're telling us, but it's not. It's everywhere, but it's more than smoke. It's clouds.
right at the end of the promontorium, sinus iridum. Tycho crater just underneath, and many other areas we see these pipes or lines that...
Pause. Tycho. This object descending, okay? Where this object descends, there's smoke here, okay? From this line here going down. But here at the end, as you see as I move over, there's a plume of smoke, and I'm going to show it to you live. It's spewing out, like I just showed you at the beginning beside Copernicus. There's not one large crater on the moon that doesn't have a smoking system. I promise you.
And veer into the centers or
Look at
come
it.
out of the centers of the bloody craters. If you're confused and mad because you're not seeing what I'm seeing, relax. Look at it twice. Look in the circle here. I mentioned something veering into a crater, but didn't mention the plume of smoke coming out of the end of it. They're smoking the surface. Look at my smoke system video. I explain everything with visual proof and evidence. Let's zoom up on this part. Do you see a plume of smoke inside of the circle? I do. White crater Copernicus over top, the lines going to the other dark crater, and in line with that pipe that veers into the crater, look at the end in line, the plume of smoke. Many different tints of blues, browns, greens, purple, reds, yellows, and oranges.
Browns, grays, whites, blacks, everything. Now we're going to zoom up on this little black spot here, believe it or not.
Aristarchus crater. Watch this. See that black spot there? I showed it to you at the beginning of the video right here. close up. Let me move my big body over, and you're going to see I'll get a circle up on that black spot.
This is what gets everybody mad. This is the black spot, which is now 20 times bigger than Aristarchus itself. If you're wondering where Aristarchus is now, it's here. All that rim there, well, probably a built wall. You see the circle here? That's a circle. It's not a line. Right here, there's a circle, very thin white circle. Well, inside of that, you have these little triangles. They're not little. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're coming up from this area here out of the crater, and they're connected to that. It's the smoking system lines, I believe. Here's a close-up beside Aristarchus crater.
Aristarchus at the back over top.
Negative inversion.
And underneath, all the surface structures, lines, bridges, towers, black structures that are hidden.
So what am I pointing to here? Well, all you see no well-defined structures, but you see again that different tint where it's lighter colored, right? It's like a, color running over areas. All those are the structures, and they are greenish. This is a green from the negative filter, not because of the structures, but the structures without the filter are green. And here, these massive, massive beam-like walls are very hard to see. When you zoom in and you show all that, people get all mixed up and say that's not even the moon, because NASA's not even showing that.
Surface structures. And that's served on a golden platter. This is the best I've ever seen of being able to see the surface, and it has nothing to do with venting, has to do with reality. All my life, I've been trying to see the closest that people have been showing on the moon. If you go to NASA, it's all illustrations and or with small amateur telescopes that they use to view the.
This is Archimedes. Very recently, I showed you guys Archimedes crater with UFOs coming out on the edge, and that's the exact area where they're coming out. So there's smokes and hazes here, and you could even see that line of smoke a bit, even here, vaguely going over top of the Archimedes crater. This is the Apennine Mountains here. Eratosthenes is where I showed you guys the smoke and clouds going over top of the craters. Highest elevated point of the moon is right here. It goes up into here where you see the double crater right here, boom, boom, and the colored blue crater here. I mean, the moon is completely, it's crazy colorful. And all the descending levels that you see here, they all look like they're one layer, because you're not seeing the elevation. That's because of libration. It's an optical illusion, because the mountains here are only 10 to 12,000 feet below Mount Everest here on Earth. So if I show you this and say, look, it's like Mount Everest, you'll laugh, but it is. But how come Eratosthenes and some of the other craters look like their ridges are higher than that mountain?
Telescopes that they use to view the moon, which is absolutely ridiculous when they have the power, energy, and competence of showing every single smaller structure on the moon to the public in a very clear way.
I had it on the tip of my tongue, Cassini. I was forgetting the name.
But doing so. Now, why do you think they're not showing us the surface in clear ways? Why aren't they showing us?
So the craters are right here. Let's go ahead a little bit. Okay. Plato craters here with that black tower that I've also shown in my video. And we only see it because of the Terminator line. Archimedes here that I just said. Apennine Mountains, because now you're seeing further out. Eratosthenes and Copernicus. If you look at my research, all these craters is where I'm finding structures and UFOs along this line here. I've showed that over many years, and you're seeing it all right in front of you there.
Why aren't they showing us color? Watch this.
There's Plato.
Plato crater. Look at the S-shaped object.
You see that?
Back there. Notice.
If you have a TV, you guys are going to see there's two of them. That this is an actual structured object. Boom, boom, boom. Here does an S, and it goes down here also and connects here. And look, the black with the smoke beside it. NASA wants to kill me for this. Watch it. The black with the smoke. But you're going to say, no, Bruce, those are shadows. No, they're not. Bright enough for you here? Shadows, my ass. Are you kidding me? No, they're not shadows. Some of them are, for sure. I agree. Some of them are shadows. But all this white that you're seeing here, it's because of smoke. It's not because the telescope is blurry. It's a $16,000 US telescope now. It should be showing us this large crater, but there's smoke. There's Cassini at the end there.
Videos of Plato crater.
See it?
Not seen. Is it because they just
Did you see it properly? If you have a big television, you're going to appreciate seeing it. Let's back up.
every single smaller structure on the moon to the public in a very clear way, but they're not doing so. Now, why do you think they're not showing us the surface in clear ways? Why aren't they showing us color? Watch this. Plato crater. Look at the S-shaped object at the back there.
Now you're probably
Notice
seeing it.
on
You probably said,
many,
"Oh, I couldn't see it before."
Videos of Plato crater, it's not seen. Is it because they just built it? Not necessarily. It's all about the exposure and the lighting, the way the surface blinds some objects. Sometimes
It's a smoking pipe. Sometimes it's covered, sometimes it's not. Because I go back, I see it, and sometimes I don't.
objects look like they're not there or that they were just built, but it's maybe not necessarily that.
Up here, that's the wall. Right here, that's the wall. It's half a mile wide to know how close we are. Structures around Tycho right here. The line, look. Line connected to these mounds that are smoking.
What if all those craters are spacecraft? Just a dump yard of a war that happened and vegetation growing over them. Or maybe they did like here on Earth in South Korea, built fake objects over top of them. Thanks for watching, everyone. Well, it's life-changing, guys. Okay? What I showed today is life-changing. It should be. It's historical. I'm telling you, I'm not here to be a big researcher. And I'm just an amateur. I study in ufology. I'm a researcher. I consider myself a self-taught ufologist like any of you have been doing and we can do. I can't believe this is top secret that no one's picking up on this. Good job, artificial intelligence bullshit. Craters, fake mountains built to hide cities. I'm only going to show you guys this once. This is the third time. Okay. Bear with me. You're going to have to bear with me. This is the see-through crater where the path is long.
This exposes the whole moon, and not a lot of people understand it. These see-through craters are lifted up at the bottom of the moon facing Earth so that we don't see the structures properly.
Okay.
I know that for a fact.
The cities there that I showed you is very dangerous for me showing you this. I saw through this crater. It's a veil. It's a mountain-like cratered object, or it's not cratered, but they made it look to be like a crater. It's actually
4 years, people said it was a shadow. And it's not even the same shape. This object is not the same shape, and I'll show it to you later. You can see stuff going over them here. It's deliberately done to hide the surface. And this object, cutout object, has another object over it, but the edge, this crater's edge is right here, and this piece is completely something over it. Just like, as stupid as it sounds, like I pulled a tarp over the surface of the moon, a giant tarp with dirt on it to hide certain areas. I'm not kidding. There's something like that.
Surface. And as you see here, it's the scary part. You're starting already by bringing up the exposure, seeing that there's nothing here. This is not an actual square. I'm beating around the bush here. I got threatened to death for showing this. You know what's going on? The bright refractive light on the moon is hiding all of these things. I'm just showing you. You could see the other base-like object, supposed crater through this.
If ever I start sounding like Mickey Mouse, it could be I fast forward the footage in certain areas.
And you see the light there. Bring it up quite a bit. And that is the crater at the back. So which one is this one? It's here. That wall and all that square that's standing upwards that we can see through is where I saw the city. In the
Probably
Southern
about
Highlands.
30 kilometers long.
That square there.
Fake crater. See that? Fake crater. Where is it? Where is it? Where am I? Where am I? It's all fake. It's a big wall. There's a shadow here. And these are bases or constructed object. You can see that the platform here is the same as the platform here, but this is a bigger constructed object as compared to this one. And this towering object off the surface with the base, you can start seeing them there. I'll show it to you different ways.
That wall and all that square that's standing upwards.
Tic Tac in the center here on the bottom.
Is where I saw the city in the Southern Highlands. A fluke accident. That square there is actually this right here. That's the double craters right here. And that's where all the city is. And by adjusting the exposure here, you could really see that how they're hiding that crater on the ground and how I went to adjust it to be able to see that crater, the manipulation.
It's incredible how the cutout here, like inside of it, like you can tell, you know.
So like us here on Earth, for whatever the reason we're spraying the sky, it's still hiding the surface from beings on other planets, right? So those planes leaving the smoke on over the surface will hide anything on the surface. We have the same problem by looking up at the moon. I'm serious. They're spraying something on the moon. I'm not saying that's the reason why we're not seeing the surface, but if everyone says there's dust up there, hello. Imagine me sitting down listening to professional scientists and ufologists online and none of them talking about this. It scared me. I said they're definitely cover up. Someone is hiding it. Lights on the surface too that are causing lots of smokes and hazes. So there it is, this city, double cratered city found by Bruce Swartz in 2018. That's what we're seeing through. Scary, eh? I've showed it. You see the triangular shape at the back. I'll show you another different angle of this exact same area and never ever.
Every single image in this video about this double crater, this triangle here, doesn't look like a triangle because we're too close. I'll back out and show you this crater here. You're going to see, I showed it about 16 different times, different moon captures and videos. People say it was the same video, but it's not. And I'm going to show you the different angles. Most are going to say, shit, that's the same bloody one. There's another one that you all like, the craters filled with structures. Well, again, you'll see that Tic Tac shape in the center.
Has any one of you
I'll show you.
said, Bruce, that's that city area, because people don't recognize it until it's filtered.
There's a triangle.
In the arrow on the bottom, the big image is pointing to what I'm...
Don't see it, eh? This object where the red arrow is pointing is this dark object that now converted a second time to show the objects that are white black. So this is the inversion of the inversion here. And you can see the cutouts and stuff. So at the beginning, this one here, the crater with this bent object where I can see it's bent here myself is right there on top here. I'm in the small image. You see it? There's the edge. 1, 2, 3. That ridge right there that you see is this exact ridge right here. Give you an idea. See how close we are there. Hard to understand, eh?
Top frame, that triangular object. It's seen white in the center, the big screen, and it's seen black as I inverted it on top. By inverting them, I'm finding the cities. There's no mystery. So Bruce, show me the image where you can see the corner of that crater. in your work, like you say that you're always showing.
You're not
it
going to
that
believe
people
me.
See the cities. Okay, let's go there right now. Here's the image. So you see the crater? It's there. Let's change the angle a little bit. Now do you see it? Ah, there we are.
For those that are awake, you're starting to see the beginning of those structures. Again, the same material that I say, the greenish material, where they're almost impossible to see with always a freaking line connecting them all the time. But that's the one at the beginning where I showed you where the tic tac is in the middle. I'll show it to you again. Watch as we progress. I'm literally telling you, if you have a telescope, all you haters, because it's the ones with telescopes that hate me, go to that area in the Southern Highlands. There's only one double crater in the Southern Highlands, guys.
Bottom left of the image, the fake crater is right there, and the whole city beside it. And that crater corner.
You don't see where I'm pointing, eh? Sorry, guys. It's down here. So now we're at another angle where you were all sitting here and looking at this triangle and the crater, but now we're on the side of the triangle and the crater the opposite side. But again, every image so far that is different that I showed you, I keep showing you the corner. They're all different, the images, because during the moon phases, the moon is always different. Smoke travels around. It blurs up more areas than other areas. But that's the corner right there, overlapping the big crater right here beside the triangle, which makes me laugh because it looks like, a spaceship with the point at the end. But remember this shape. We're going to see it again, other pictures.
Right there where it's pointing, the arrow is hiding the city to the right behind it. How incredible is that?
Get it? Earth is here. You and I, we're all sitting here on the ball. We're looking up at the moon, and the city's here. And because of libration, these objects are lying down, but these objects are upwards to hide that city. They're a bunch of friggin' hypocrites.
It's the pure, honest truth. It's the secret. And that's why I'm not getting out to other people. But I did find the secret. So what I did is we're looking at the bottom.
There's my little Mickey Mouse voice because I played it a little faster. So this is the same place. It's still the same place, the double crater. But we can see what in the center I said was green. That's that massive wall. And what scared me is when they said UFOs were parked on the side of the craters, on this wall, you notice little white balls. Little white balls. What if those are UFOs parked on the edges of the craters? All that is a city 30 kilometers wide. You can see that this massive tower that's there is right beside a dugout crater with a rimmed wall. It's ridiculous there. But again, see this in the center? Remember I said tic tac? Watch the other image. It's in the image of the tic tac. The tic tac is in all the images I will show you.
At the bottom side of the moon. And we're looking at a double crater on the bottom where is inside of the lens. There's only a magnification inside of the lens because I don't know if you noticed, I was pointing at an A-shaped object and more.
That's why I showed this image, to show the tic tac shape, the perfect shape inside. But it's surrounded by all this city.
Lines on the surface. Those are containers, guys. I'm pretty sure holding units, whatever. You can see inside the crater. So where is that? It's in the Southern Highlands.
Now that's the conversion. Does that not scare you? The conversion of it? The objects are there. No two ways about it. They're symmetrical too. Straight up like that. Inside here, and you see the structures of the bases with these white refractive areas with the base, the black base there. The smoke screen idea, like I told you, is what I believe.
So where is that? It's in the Southern Highlands, right here. Now,
use your lens, copy the image, do whatever the hell you want to do. But that city that I showed you close up is right here. That's the city. That is the tic tac that I just showed you. And now you're also going to see that triangle that looked like a ship, I said, with a point, with the other edge of that crater again. I showed this over periods of several years, showing different structures in this area. And people kept asking me, where's the area? You keep telling me it's the same area. You're looking at the moon right now. It's on the bottom side of the moon. Like Clavius crater is just on the outskirts here, right there. I'm not hiding it.
Your eyes used to this image. Right off the bat, there's one area in particularly that is showing up more green than the whole entire rest of the surface. Yeah, that's where the base is, or industry is. Here's the big secret. The structures are green. Are they covered with?
Pause. I told you the Tic Tac was here. It's here. I'm sorry. Because it's at the end of this triangle. It's not here. It's right here. So if you go back to the image with my grandfather's lens in it, there is a square deliberately around this area here that I put the lens, and this is where you see. Notice the edge of this crater. Go back in the other image and you'll see it's the Tic Tac is on this edge in the center of that crater there. It's actually behind this, stupidly.
Vegetation? Or are the structure and the material, the elements they use, actually green? Like I said, chalky, see-through, right? Bright and refractive. So that green you see in the center of this image is in the Southern Highlands along the Terminator line, and that's where the glass city, or whatever you want to call it. The triangle that I showed you just before this, close up the triangle, is right on the top center of this image. It's just another angle. You have to go back and see it for yourself. I'm not going to force you to see it. Still didn't see it, right? Okay, here it is. It's all just one image we're looking at. Every image I showed you in this video of the moon, it's all one image.
So the end of the triangle again here, like the isosceles triangle right there. The structure is right there. The tower objects right beside the crater. And again, you know, showing at different angles and different times.
See the triangle on top of the image? Now look at it there with the city underneath. That triangle there was zoomed up, and that's what I showed close up. Southern Highlands. So now I'm going to flip it. Wow. Same image. Guaranteed you didn't see it until your eyes focused.
Not flipped over. I flipped it. And I'm going to show you something else that I showed John Lear before he passed away. And he was really intrigued at it. I explained to him in this image, yet again, that same crater, the edge. Now the triangle is more realistically how we see it, right? It's less well-defined, right? You can't see it as well, this supposed triangular shape. Doesn't mean it's anything, could be naturally formed. Well, that one object, now you can start locating other objects. Like this one here wraps around the way it wraps around. There's something to them, and they're not shadows. I'm telling you, there's something to that. So quite simply, that city is here. You can hardly see it. There's only a couple of defined lines where you can locate it and track it down, but it's there. And they got smokes and hazes over top of that, hiding everything.
Those are veils, and they're all over the moon, craters on the moon with structures inside of them. And the worst,
I don't want to go too fast on this one. Hold on here. Watch
and
this.
they're all over the moon, craters on the moon.
You son of a gun. You're going to see all the lines there passing, connecting. It's all smoke systems or structures and whatnot. That's the same image.
Craters on the moon with structures inside of them. And the worst of it is that.
Where's the Tic Tac? Right there. This made the trolls mad. I showed like 80 structures, and there's always this that you see beside it. And people weren't understanding how
Here's
come.
the secret. Look inside the image, the H shape. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. The egg shape is in that image. Well, let's go back to this image. Oh,
Same place.
that is the same image. Oh shit, I am showing the city. Do you see? Different times that I get the cities. Somebody says, why do you just show the city you got 10 years ago? I've showed it every time I've gone up. So that city in the Southern Highlands in the double crater, where you see yet again the egg shape, people are starting to realize that I've shown structures many different times, and it's always the same area. I've explained this so many times. So look at it. See the image? Let's go back to the image where the egg shape. You're going to see it's the same place. Watch. Let's go back to the other image to see it closer.
Now the question, why, Bruce, if you have good eyes, in this image, are your structures elevated? And how come in your other image, the structures are not elevated? Because the terminator line is on the bottom side of the moon. And that is the only way I could see this city, when the terminator line is on the bottom side of the moon. May I add, this was when the moon was closest to Earth since the 1930s also. I had an incredibly clear evening, and I was able to show all that.
Ooh, that's pretty convincing, isn't it?
Isn't it?
When I work with a negative image, people just thought, oh, okay, you just put it in negative image. No problem. And the bases come out.
Nope.
Not quite. But look on the top here, that white patch is now clarified. Oops. Look at the structures. Let's see that one more time. Let's go back and do it again. So this camouflage or smoke screen that they are using, or natural or not, is also helping me be able to see the surface.
There goes my eye now.
There's no manipulation to be done to see the surface. It's just that now I'm even seeing even more. You can see we're looking at setups all around here. Look closely at the image and the connections and everything. It's not pixelation. So when you understand that much, you know the truth or part of it.
Geez, my eye couldn't have acted up at a worse time. We are done. Your punishment is done. Your punishment is done. Anybody left? Yes, there's a lot of people watching. I hope that's good. And now the battery of my mouse is dead again. Let me plug that in and I'll scroll completely to the bottom of all the comments. Thanks a lot, everyone, for being here. Did I leave that up? Please tell me that I didn't leave that up. Okay, I left that up. I left up the message, right? So I guess where I was showing structures, you didn't see it, I bet you. Now my eye's going to bother me. Doesn't matter. Grass on the moon, Kingdom L. Yes. Nice work. Yes. Major Truth, thank you very much. Well, Count Derpula, for some it's a punishment. You know how I'm bad with you guys. You guys are so patient with me. Arrogant Bruce. Bruce, we just had an X. Oh, man, from 3664. Thanks for confirming it, buddy. So that means it just spit out. It wasn't inevitable. I bet you it spit out before. I didn't even mention it. It just happened. I bet you it might not even be on weather.com yet. Thanks for telling us, Stephen A. Stephen A is also watching very closely at what's going on. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and actually, hang on here, guys. If you want to know where I go to find out about the sun, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Anika. I love you for it. Being a UAP victim is a touchy subject for some friends. It absolutely is. Yes, Stephen A. Radio 3 blackout. So like I mentioned, you know, and like you mentioned, like we keep saying, man, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Never commit to what I don't know for 100%. LA, you do good. Always be doubtful. Always study and whatnot, you know, but let it come from you. It's not because you think something and someone thinks you're full of it that you are full of it, right? So let me share the screen one more time. Actually, let me take our kind LA off screen. Yeah, guys, those of you just interested in also what's going on with the sun, I do have some sun videos here, guys, and I am showing the sun. So there we are, like Stephen A said. Right there. Hey, that's pretty great. See, guys, the way I show the suns, you know, here's an intensity gram, pretty much the same, eh? Except mine's a little clearer sometimes. But you see this? You know what that is? The white. I show it in mine. Do you see it, Stephen A. and everyone in my videos? Do you see all this around the spots? Those are convection spots. This is actually the sun cooling down. That white that you see here is actually the sun cooling down. And that is the crazy group of sunspots that are on the sun. And yes, like Stephen A said, 3664 is connected to 3668. Guys, do you know that this is close to being the size of the Carrington event? This is big. This is very big. And the blackouts are going to happen. Eventually, there's going to be a blackout. And it's not fear mongering. They confirmed that there will be a blackout. There will 100% be a blackout. It is big, man. 30 plus sunspots in that group of spots on top of it. And did I get rid of the image, the video? Probably did. Well, I didn't get rid of it. Well, you guys saw the sun video. I was going to go back, but I'm not going to re-show you the sun video again. You were very patient with me today. Thank you very much. Bruce, have you tried to send them a telepathic message? I have. For those of you that are open-minded enough, I'm careful with what I say here to people, but I had encounters with extraterrestrials or guys, when I started this, I told people it was spirits, ghosts, because there was nothing alien in my head as a kid, right? And then now doing this research and what I'm seeing, I come to the understanding that it could be some things alien, but I see a lot of lights, and I do receive messages, and I also send some out. So a telepathic message for one of them to come overhead. I've heard that can work sometimes. It works all the time, free and fighting, and that's what I do. And I'm also telling them about what's going on Earth, trying to send out some vibes and messages, trying to get them to stop over to Klaus Schwab's house and maybe microwave him or something, just trying to be honest, because that's what I do basically every night. Those evil elites that are doing sorcery every night. I'm not doing sorcery, but they better be careful, because there's a lot of strong, energetic people on Earth that can use their energy to have certain things happen. And a lot of you tell me yourselves that we don't know the power that humanity has, that human race has. We're very powerful beings, is what I believe. Yes, lots of success. Absolutely. And you'll see in the videos, if you haven't seen them yet, I mean, I received a flash from the Milky Way, a laser beam flash. I have the video up of a laser beam coming from the sky down to me. It was the same month that laser beams from the Chinese satellites started appearing in the news, and those stupid fake balloons that they said were in the skies, right? Exactly. I mean, nothing you can really do. Evil is real, Star Under. You know it, man. It really is real. And red heifers await in Israel. Yeah. The crap that's going on, you guys, the crap that's going on is getting me so mad. Here in Canada, seeing the ignorant protesters here, you just want to smack the shit out of them. I'd be honest with you. You want to wring their necks. They make me sick, and I'm not afraid to speak up. Watching my country be absolutely destroyed. It is scary as hell to see this happening. We had a lot of people here today. I want to thank you all for having come by. The white buffalo. Let's see this. Everything's jammed. That's funny, eh? It's an old Indian sign that something, a gunner happened. Right on, man. Well, look at the Navajo Nation talking about, in their tradition, the moon is sacred, and they would prefer not have any human beings go and land on the moon. There's lots of different, some animals are sacred in certain religions, right? You have the cow sacred in certain religions. Power of our thoughts is everything. You said a lot there, a lot more than I even mentioned. Stillman 37, no problem with the cap locks are welcome here. No problems with that. We see the messages better. I intend on it. Power of our thoughts is everything, Bruce. Word is sound. Sound is vibrational. You know it. Frequencies, my friend. Guitars, music, voice. Sound is vibrational frequency, which is what all creation and emanates. Yes, from brother power of thought. Absolutely. I agree with you. Thank you very much. You can become, thank you, Anika, a patron for a few measly Canadian dollars to support the channel, or like the chats here that you just did, the super thanks. I appreciate it. Every video has a thanks button that you can click on during Christmas and leave 99 cents and say, hey, congratulations on your research. And I have one fundraiser. It's myevent.com. You'll see it in the videos, not in the research video here, but all the regular, sorry, not the live stream, the regular research videos I have, that one fundraiser if you want to contribute. And if not, it's a free channel. You're more than welcome to be here. Do subscribe to help the subscribers grow up. Yes, blow up, actually, because they are holding back the traffic. It's really sad to see that they're doing that. Is that New Zealand? Hey, Miles Marriott. Thanks, Miles, for the comments too, you guys. Love is power, right? Right. Yes, love is power. Absolutely. Hey, no one. Thank you very much. I love you more. And your channels from South Wales. Thank you, guys and gals. I really appreciate it. Love you a lot, my friends. And I mean it. Because love is power. Really is. Thank you, Yen Truock. Thank you very much. So you guys enjoy in the video. Do you like how, those of you that have been following me for a couple of years, how I sort of mentioned it a couple of times that I was able to have my research presented? You do know that I'm really proud of that, guys, right? Like I shook when they talked about the research, but it's straight up, everything's hidden. When I see that you post something that exposes the moon and you get John Lear calling you up at home, literally, because he did, we talked often enough, and you see that the research doesn't get out. John Lear was blocked too, by the way. You know, the guy never got his name in Wikipedia until he passed away. The guy was, ufologist, researcher. He had names, Godfather ufology, whatever you want to call him. But not a lot of people knew John Lear very well. Somebody told me this afternoon he had a very special list of contacts. He did. And not everybody knows his exact intentions of what he had to do, right? But interesting guy. And of course, we're all curious about the unknown. And what you saw in this video is straight up raw truth and proof of something that we don't know exactly what it is, but it still remains interesting. Wow, Miles, guys, thanks a lot. You guys, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Bruce, could you give me a question to ask Jim Goodall later on UFO Man's channel? Yeah. Ask him about the smokes and hazes on the moon. And I'm assuming if ever you do bring it up or mention it, maybe mention the smoke system or the UFOs. There's so much we can mention, you know. Thanks for asking, man. Angel Dreams. Hi. Thanks a lot. I'm looking. I'm going to go up. LA. Thanks again, my friends. LA. You must be there somewhere. I'm up to 640 now. Theoretical, analytical, rational, metaphysical, logical, reasoned, esoteric, scholarly, erudite too, I'm having an embolism, having or showing a calm attitude toward disappointments or difficulties. That's what I read before. That was the last one I saw. Having or showing a calm attitude towards disappointments or difficulties. That's what I do all the time. I love seeing how they leaked my address out and they talked about my son, tried to locate parents and whatnot, or family members. It's just a little funny that they do that. But if you can't affect somebody emotionally, you'll never win over them with a tactic. That is for sure. You know, that is 100%. Say goodnight, Gracie. Here's looking at you, kid. That's another one, I think. Not the same one. Let's do all the endings. Oh, he did it before me, Star Hunter. I was going to say goodnight, John Boy. Carol Burnett. Who else? Remember to get your pet spayed or neutered. Do like Bob Barker. It is a joke. Yeah, you know it, brother. You know it. I was much earlier, Ellie. See, look, here's one, and here is another one. So I'm seeing the same thing several times, and one more time right here. I see that 3 times on the page. Scroll up, scroll up. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What if the ETs use moon cars to get about after they come out of the UFOs? I believe it's possible. And get this, maybe they have a system of transportation, guys, that is like we're trying to develop here. Do you know that you can look up this information in 2023? They're supposed to have confirmed hypersonic travel for us all. I mean, it's only eventually. I'm waiting for the planes to stop. They are going to stop Boeing planes. We're not going to see that anymore. Boeing planes will be in museums. We're not ever, ever, ever going to see that fly around again. Those big, friggin' stupid things in the sky that keep falling out of the sky that the employees are building and wouldn't fly on themselves. By the way, see all the Boeing parts flying out of the sky? It's raining metal in the sky. Speaking of raining metal, as a matter of fact, literally raining metal, there's a piece of the space station that went through someone's floor and roof. I think it's getting out of hand. Still going up. I'm up. Saucers. Probably be any shape. They could probably even flash like a plane. Also, Chris, thank you, sir, for being here. Ghost is here. My pleasure, Pam. GDL. Or yes, GDL. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kai is here. Thank you, brother. Any of you in the chat had an actual sighting of a flying object? Yeah, think of it, Ghost. It's not everybody, that actually sees one. Look, I saw one come. I saw 3, but there's one I was able to film coming down. Rage Against the 666 is here. I did not see. There he is. So tired, but like to listen a little bit to Bruce. I thank you so much. Oh, 12:30. Germany, guys. Thank you so much, everyone from Germany, for listening in. I'd have to do a German video, right? Yeah. Nice German video of the research. There you said it, Sabinator. We only see the dark side of the moon. The dark side of the moon is the side facing Earth. It's the darkest side of the moon, right? We got Bill Nelson, administrator, telling us that the sun comes in from the bottom. You're like, what? Yes, Kai, absolutely. All the solar power is on the far side. What's wrong with me? I think so, man. I think so. I wouldn't be surprised. And what I showed, those big square things, could be solar panels too, that it could be. It could very well be. Good night. Thank you so much for coming by, everyone. I will relieve you of your duties. Tim, thanks again, guys. Miles, Jules, I really appreciate that. Anika. Did we get any more subs? Probably not. Nope. We only lost about 6. The planes is to scare people from traveling. Oops, sorry about that. The planes is to scare people from traveling so they can institute the 15-minute cities. Yes, Stillman 37. Do you see the one in Dubai or near Dubai? Finished. They stopped it. They were starting that 15-minute city. They were so close. They were, stealing all of everyone's money, tax-paying dollars. The elites are done with, by the way. Thank you so much, Darla. Hey, 175 on X. I thank you all so much. That's all the people that are watching here. If we got 175 on the X platform, I thank you guys. Don't forget my nickname. What's my nickname on X? I keep forgetting. Hold on. 3 months ago, I wrote that my nickname was Huh? Wait a minute. Oh. Oh. What the hell? Okay. Geez, guys. Am I don't know what just happened. Isn't there 1,000 too many subscribers right now? I'm not sure. Um, well, thank you very much, everyone. Sorry, I know I look so stupid with the surprised face, but I'm a little confused. I don't remember. I said my nickname was 4860, I thought, or 4830, and then subscribers started going down. Geez, guys, I think we got, maybe I could be hallucinating, but we got a couple of subscribers and followers on X, and I really appreciate that, guys, more than you can even imagine. And thanks for appreciating the videos. So we have sun videos also that I'll be posting. The research on the moon, the UFOs and back. I'm trying to look at the proper infrared camera to buy drone infrared camera. So you on X platforms that know about drones, please get in touch with me during the streams and let me know what we can get. I'm up to about $1,600 saved up to be able to get a drone. It might be a bit more than that, but we're almost there. So I'm really, really honored about everyone. This is sure out here on a private lake with a beach listening now. Al Ciriello, thanks, man. And thanks for talking about the zoom up and everything, man. Yeah, I'm not zoomed up. These UFOs are getting close and they're going further away. So this is a beautiful thing. Thank you so much on X platform for having subscribed to the channel. And welcome all of you. I'm going to leave you on this for this evening, so it won't be drag on too much. Thanks to all the mods. Thanks to the generous contributions, guys. Thanks again, X platform. This is a wonderful chance that I got to be able to share the research out with a couple of more people. Really happy. I hope you all find interest in it. Prime time here. How are you, brother? Thank you very much for being here, guys. Same LA, honestly. Hey, Stillman 37. I thank you very much. Shared on Facebook and Truth Social, Bruce. I did it again. Thank you. I mean it, man. I love you, bro, for it. I appreciate it. There, Donovan. Thank you. Yeah, so we're up to about 5,300, and I don't know what happened. So thank you very much, guys. Here, 102,000 subs, and we lose, and it's blocked. But sometimes it goes up, and sometimes it doesn't. So thank you very much, guys. Just the 5,000 people on Twitter. Honestly, I'm honored because 5,000 people on a channel is a big channel. To get 5,000 people it takes actually a long time. It took me a couple of years. Actually, about a year, I think. On Bruce Sees All to get that many subscribers, maybe even a year and a half. So it's greatly appreciated. Peace out, Donovan L. and everyone. Share on Truth and Facebook, Bruce. Love you guys. Bye for now. Thanks again, Twitter. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Love you guys. Bye.